to begin, we are going to draw the letter B. Let's start with a pencil because we are going to end up erasing the letter B. Step number 1, make the straight line, the vertical line for your letter B. Now llamas, they have a long body, their bellies are long, so we are going to stretch out the oval of the letter B for the llama's belly. For the head, we are going to create a curvy line or another oval over here. Now the llama's neck is not this skinny. We will have to go around this line. Okay, we are going to extend, come down, and you can curve a little if you wish. Okay, you can do the same on the other side. And stop at the belly. Now we're gonna move on to the llama's legs. This llama has 4 legs, and they are long and skinny, not as long as a giraffe. So we go down. Basically, they are skinny letter U's. Another letter to add to our drawing, the letter U. Do you see that? The letter U is a curve. We go down and we come back up to the belly and stop. Okay, back legs, we're gonna do the same thing. Follow the belly, go down, skinny letter U, and come back down again one last time and go up. Now llamas, they have a little tail, little fluffy tail. Not like horses where it has more hair that blows in the wind. Okay, little tail, and we are done. Just kidding. Ears. The llama's ears, they are long and they point a little forward. In my example, I did the inner part of the ear pink. You just follow that same shape. Basically, it's like little leaves going a little bit at an angle. On the face, we are going to create the little harness, the nose, the mouth, and the eye. Okay, I'm going to leave this up to you, what kind of eyes you want to do. Llamas are very chill, very relaxed. That's why this one has a little closed eye, and they do have long eyelashes. So I'm going to make that your personal choice. You decide, do you want open eyes or do you want closed eyes? For the nose, we are going to make a letter U again and a little line pointing down. That is all. For the mouth, just a little smile. Happy llama, no drama llama. And we are done. You will trace the outside of your llama with a Sharpie marker. If you don't have a Sharpie marker, you can use any other type of permanent marker. I don't suggest a washable marker because we're gonna use watercolor in the end. Washable marker will spread out. It will bleed through on your paper. Step 2, let's draw details, especially a background. Right now, our llama is our focal point. Our focal point is the item that you want your viewers to see the most. In this case, it's the llama. The background is the place. Where is your llama? Now, we learned that llamas, alpacas, they come from South America, specifically in the mountainous regions of Peru. There's also some other countries that love llamas, like Ecuador. Because of the climate, the weather in the mountains, you will find If they're very, very tall, you will find snow at the top of the mountains. That's why I left that little bit of white. So for the grass, all I did, friends, is with my Sharpie, I did some tall lines. You can make them zigzags or you can make them a little bit squiggly. Okay, if you want more texture down here to make it look like it's a little bit spiky grass, you can do a few other little squiggles or just upside down little V's. Hey, there's another letter, the letter V. Okay, so how many letters have we used? 1, 2, 3. Okay, moving on. Let's keep going with the little texture for the grass. And now we're gonna do our mountains. For the mountains, if it makes it easier for you, get a pencil, draw your mountains. Let's start with mountain number 1. We're gonna start low, go at an angle. When you get to your llama, skip the llama. We are pretending this mountain is behind the llama. Okay, so pretend, up. And pick right where you left off and come up. Mountaintop and come down. Simple, simple. For the little snow at the top of the mountain, just make a little wavy line. Kind of looks like melting ice cream. Okay, and then we're gonna do another mountain over here. We're gonna start here because this mountain is behind mountain number 1. So we call that overlapping, when you have something behind and then you have something in front. That is an art vocabulary word. Overlapping. This is how you would spell it. Okay, moving forward. We are going to go up, and then we get to the llama. We do not draw on top of the llama. We pretend it's behind the llama. Pretend, and go up. Okay, we stop at the peak of the mountain, and we come back down. Simple, simple. Don't forget your snow. Okay, so we have our 2 beautiful little mountains there. All right, for the sky, you decide, is it night, is it day? I made my example daytime. So I'm going to make a sun, maybe some sun rays. You could do triangles for the sun rays so you can color them in later, or you can do just little rectangles, little lines to color in later. Okay, maybe make some fun clouds. I like to put some swirls in my cloud to make it look like they are fluffy, just to add more interest. Try to play with the sizes of the clouds to create depth. That is another art vocabulary word. Depth. What is depth? Depth is when you show that something goes into the picture. So here we have our llama in the foreground. She's closest to us. Then we have our mountains in the distance. And then we have our sky further away. If you want it to look like the clouds are further away, you make them smaller. See that? So play with size to create depth. And why not little swirls if you want to. Okay, now it's time to trace. You are going to trace over everything that you drew, just like I did to the llama. To color, all we are going to use is crayons. Try to find colors that would work for your mountains. I tried 2 different tones of brown. You can always try the same shade of brown if you only have one, or you can combine different tones to create different shades of brown. For my llama, I left her white, but I did want to show you one thing. If you have a gray, in your box of crayons, you can take the gray crayon and put just a little bit, press lightly near the edges of your llama to create a little bit of shadow so it looks like she is a little more three-dimensional. This is a little extension to the lesson, just trying to teach you another element of art, which we call form. Form is when things become a little more 3D. If you want your llama to be a gray llama, why not color the whole llama with gray? For example, let's say I want this little guy to be gray. This is how you color solid. In this case, I like to color up and down. Later on, you can add the little tassels. All I did was curvy lines on the neck with a Sharpie, and then little circles, little colorful circles. This is also crayon. This is how you would do that. Curvy line, curvy line, curvy line. And little circles if you want your little tassels. We load the brush in the water. We rub over the color we need to use, in this case blue. Remember, the more water you have, the lighter the color will look. The less water you have, the darker it will look. Now, if you want to do a protective layer over the clouds, you can put white crayon inside of the clouds. And I'm just spreading my paint a little bit at a time as I go. For the last part, you will need just a regular piece of paper. In this case, I chose just a pretty pink paper. Any scrap of colorful paper would add just a little pop of color to your llama. I'm creating just a little curvy line where I will be cutting. So I folded my paper in half. I measured how wide I need this little piece of paper to be. Draw your curvy line and cut. I will use a little bit of glue stick. If you don't have a glue stick, you can use a little bit of liquid glue or some tape. Draw a little line right here on the edge of this little blanket, and I did little tassels by making little circles. You can leave them as little pom-poms like that, or you can add the little tassels just by making little lines. You are awesome. Just a little nice surprise message inside. Okay? And don't forget, guys, you are awesome. Thumbs up if you love it. Click the like if you really love this lesson, and I will see you next time.